recently changed the strings on my guitar, but before doing so, I decided to do a little fret leveling to try to bring my action down as low as possible. So I was actually pretty successful. I was able to bring it down to about 1 millimeter down here on the 12th fret on the high E string, which is considered pretty low action by anybody's standards. Um, so in the process, I took a few clips of my doing the work, so I thought I would share that with you. Total disclaimer though, I am not a luthier, and the only reason I'm doing this is because this is a $75 replacement neck, not the original Fender neck. So if I did damage it, it wouldn't break the bank for me. So I wouldn't recommend actually doing what I did on a high-end guitar unless you really have the skills to do it. But with that little disclaimer, let me go ahead and share with you what I did. The first step here was pretty straightforward. I just masked off the fingerboard to protect it from all the sanding that I would be doing in the next few steps. I made sure to run the tape right up to the edge of each fret wire, leaving none of the wood exposed. Then I carefully covered the tops of the fret wires with a blue Sharpie. This way, when I ran the leveler across the strings, I could easily see where the frets still had areas that needed to be leveled off. The goal being to run the leveler just to the point where all the markings disappeared. So now comes the critical part. I used a 9-inch StewMac fret bar covered with 1-inch 400 grit abrasive tape to level the frets. I started slowly and gently dragging the leveler back and forth, not applying too much downward pressure, but letting the weight of the leveler do most of the work. I continued doing this until almost all of the blue markings I made earlier disappeared, ensuring that I fully covered the fretboard. The whole idea here, I figured, was to go slow and gentle, removing only the bare minimum amount of metal needed to level the frets. Better too little than too much. Of course, when you use the leveler, it leaves a flat top on the frets with a sharp drop off on either side. The surface of the frets are also left pretty rough. They have fret crowning files that can be used to take care of this, but I don't happen to have one. So I just used a piece of the 400 grit tape to perform essentially the same thing the crowning file would do. They also have special files to work on the roll-off on the ends of the frets, but again, I don't have one, so I'm just using the sandpaper here to do the same thing. So now to really smooth things out, I went over each fret with a piece of steel wool. So one thing that I failed to capture on video was applying this Howard Feed and Wax wood polish and conditioner in my neck. I have an unfinished neck, so every time I change the strings, I need to apply some sort of protection on it. And this turns out to really do the job really well. So what I do is I take about a teaspoonful of this and put it on a clean lint-free cloth. I rub it on the neck, on the bare wood part, and really rub it in, and then let it sit for about 20 minutes. And then I wipe off the excess and repeat that process. And it leaves the neck with a nice satiny feel, very smooth and very comfortable to play. So I would recommend this for anybody wanting to do something similar on their guitar neck if they have a bare wood neck. So there you have it. The action at the 12th fret on the high E is down to 1 millimeter. Hopefully you can see that little mark. I've sort of marked in yellow tape where the 1 millimeter marking is on the gauge, as well as where the 12th fret is with the tape on the neck there. Hopefully it's pretty clear that you can see that the action has been brought down to 1 millimeter on that string. And it's also pretty playable. Now there is just maybe a little bit of fret buzz, but it's a pretty negligible amount. So it's certainly nothing that really bothers me. But all right. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. Please let me know your thoughts, your comments, and hit that subscribe button to stay updated on more videos from me. And thanks for watching.